everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cosmic Conversations. I'm your hostess, Marla Martenson, and we're going to talk about something really far out today. Men. I'm with dating coach Ronnie Ryan. Hey,
how are you?
Awesome. So she's in Connecticut, nice and cool, and I'm here in the San Fernando Valley, 106 degrees. Can you believe it? I am smoldering and sweltering out here. But I still wanted to talk about dating. Can't stop me, okay? So, Ronnie has a new book out, and she is the author of 4 books, including her most recent, Is He the One? Find Mr. Right by Spotting Mr. Wrong. That's interesting. We're going to talk about that. She's been featured on a lot of media, including ABC, NBC, Fox News, BBC, NPR, Huffington Post, eHarmony, and more. And I've got a lot of questions for her because dating is crazy, right? I mean, people, even though we think we know it, people keep still tripping up. What do you say?
I agree. It's not easy, especially over 40, which is what I specialize in.
Okay, so you coach singles over 40.
Correct.
So I know a lot of people have been married a long time. Maybe I get guys who've been married 25, 30 years, and then they're back out on the dating scene, and then they need some coaching. And sometimes guys are the ones that are a little harder to push and get some coaching. But the women are always open to self-improvement.
Yeah, I find the same thing. We know women buy 75% of those self-improvement books at the bookstores.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So your book, Is He the One? Find Mr. Right by Spotting Mr. Wrong. I've got a few listed here that I made some notes because I loved some of these. All right.
Go for it.
So we'll just cover a few of them that she's got in the book because she's got all these categories of types of guys. And so when you spot these guys, then you're going to know they're Mr. Wrong. But there's Mr. So Busy. So tell us about Mr. So Busy. Because everybody seems like they're so busy nowadays.
I know. Isn't that the truth? And, Mr. So Busy, what happens is he might see you a couple times, and then he's suddenly just so busy. Like his career is very demanding, or his job, or his boss, and he's got to travel or go here or go there, and he just becomes too busy to get together right now. But hang in there and wait because, we'll get together soon.
Now, do you find that that's just because he's so busy because he wasn't super attracted? Because if he was super attracted to that woman, wouldn't he carve out some time for her?
Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. Yes, we all get busy sometimes, but one thing that we know about men, when they're into you, there's no stopping them.
Right.
There's no busy. There's no too much work. They find a way. They move, earth and heaven and mountains and water and whatever they have to do to see you if they really are interested. So I think suddenly I'm so busy is often a way that you're kind of letting you go nicely without saying, I'm done.
Exactly. Now, the same goes with men because I'll get men, and this is frustrating because my male clients will say, well, we've had one date. She said she wanted to go out again, but she's so busy. And I want to say, no, she just doesn't want to see you again. But and then they say to me, well, these women don't want relationships. I don't want to meet a woman who is not interested in a relationship. And it's not that they're not interested in a relationship. They just didn't have sparks with that person.
Well, sometimes I found that I'm so busy can also be dating is not my priority.
Right.
And that can be true sometimes, that they really don't want to be nailed down because they're busy to keep themselves from thinking about.
But once you find, Ronnie, once they do go on that date, if they really had a spark, they're going to fit them in. But I understand what you're saying. Like before they even accept a date, they're so busy. And I know people get busy, but I think when people want love, they're going to stay up later. When I was single, boy, I could stay up all night, and drink a bottle of wine. I could do anything. Now I'm like, 8 o'clock, I think I'll go lay in bed and watch the news. But I remember sitting up till 3 a.m. with some guy, But,
sure, it was exciting.
Because it's so exciting. Your adrenaline's going. It's just exciting. And now I'm just like an old fart now. But,
no.
Well, I'm not single now, but anyway. If I was, I wonder, God, if I was single at my age now, would I have that stamina? I probably would. This is exciting.
You would. That's
all right. Mr. Booty Call.
Woo!
I like how you say, okay, well, so before we get into Mr. Booty Call, because this kind of ties in with Mr. So Busy, I love this quote from your book. Do not accept relationship crumbs from any man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because you know what? If you want love, then go for the whole thing. Don't just take their crumbs, these little teeny bits that they can leave you and fit you in on and whatever. Yeah, don't put up with that. That's not necessary. If a man is really interested, he's not going to give you crumbs. He's going to give you the whole thing. He wants to see you. He wants to spend time with you. So, yeah, don't accept crumbs. Move on.
And crumbs would be the booty call, too. That would be the crummiest crumb.
Yeah, it really can be, because you think sometimes you're bonding and, the sex was so great, it must mean something, but no. So
I used to think that, oh my God, I'd have the best makeout session or sex or whatever, and think, oh my God, I wanted it again. I wanted to see him again. I was like, wow. And I thought, well, he seemed to just be having an amazing time. He was all into me. How could he not want to do it again?
Yeah.
But they don't.
No. No, they get satisfied. They have a different agenda. That's what it really is. Your agenda is to do it again and again and be with somebody and build a relationship. And some men have that, and some women have that, but not everyone. So some people feel satiated fast. Mm-hmm. And then they're ready to move on, or ready to have, just focus on something else until they want that connection again. Yeah. And I think that's a lot what happens. In Mr. Booty Call, he calls you when he's in the mood for a little roll in the hay.
And usually it's, the next booty.
11 o'clock at night, and he's had a few drinks or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't run over there. If they're calling you like that last minute,
Well, they want to come over. Hey, what are you doing? Can I come over? No,
I'm washing my hair.
Yeah, whatever it is, right? Got 6 loads of laundry. I don't care what you're doing, but don't say yes. Unless you're just in the mood.
Yeah.
And you don't care.
And you realize they may never call you again.
Yes. And that, you know what? That's okay, too. Right. If that's okay with you. But if you want him to call you again, he's the wrong man.
Amen. All right. Mr. Fixer-upper.
Yeah.
The women, but he's got so many things wrong with him, but I'll change him. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, I had to learn that the hard way myself. It's really tough, because as women, we're compassionate and we see potential in people.
Potential, right.
Yeah, we see what they could be if only.
Yeah.
Whenever you say that if only, if only he was blank, 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 you're in trouble right there.
Yeah.
Because he is who he is right now, and that's who he's going to continue to be.
Yeah, you got to find somebody that you like already, not that you want to fix.
Yeah.
Especially major things like smoking. I mean, that's a heavy addiction. Somebody might say they want to quit, but you got to know that they might not be able to. Or if you're a vegan, they might not. Or if they are just never been to the gym in their life, they might not start, or never saved money, or whatever, Yeah. Or as a Monday Night Football fan, and that's the most important thing in their life, you're not going to turn him into a ballet freak.
Yeah, good point. Or if you think that with your support, he'll just have a little more confidence.
Yeah.
Because maybe he hasn't had somebody in his corner, and you're going to be his champion all of a sudden.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he's going to want to be go open his own business or something, Yeah.
Yeah. And you pour yourself into that, and then what?
So find somebody that has all the qualities you like already. Of course, people learn and grow, and they might change a little bit, but you don't go in thinking that you're going to change somebody.
Oh, no.
Okay, Mr. Not Divorced Yet.
Yeah. What's really funny about men who are separated? They're not divorced yet. And amazingly, people somehow skip over that little definition. And so they're dating these men that aren't really free. Now, this isn't a moral issue as far as I'm concerned. This is a heart emotional issue. Because if you're not divorced for at least 9 months to a year, then you've not worked through the loss of divorce and everything else that comes with it. It's a real loss.
Yes.
And it needs to be dealt with. And when you're just separated, a lot of times those men just want to party.
Yeah.
Or the women who just get divorced or just separated or whatever, they're not ready for a long-term commitment either, because you're not done with your other one. So if you're serious about looking for love, then separated people, that's not the way to go.
Mm-mm. Yeah, you got, and then some of these guys, like I work with the high-end guys, very, very wealthy, and it can take years for the divorce to be final.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and then you're putting up that for a long time, and it's awful to say, but a lot of times you become the transition woman.
Yeah.
Right? And then after their divorce is done and you help them get through it emotionally,
Right.
and you stuck by their side no matter what happened, even if you got dragged into depositions, bye-bye. Because they don't want to, they don't want to remember themselves in that state of being,
Yes.
so they want to move on.
Right. Yeah, good point. Okay, so how about the no Mr. Saturday night dates?
Yeah, no,
You never
Mr.
get a
Saturday Night.
Saturday night with this guy. What's going on with him?
That's one of my favorites, and I learned this one the hard way, but I've had clients too who've gone through this where he actually has another woman in his life, and she's primary, so she gets Saturday night, and he'll squeeze you in Tuesday or Thursday or Saturday lunch or whatever, but he can't give you Saturday night because that's with somebody else.
That's with somebody else. Oh my gosh. Yes, and also when the guy doesn't introduce you to his friends or anything.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had a guy like that. It was really weird. He wouldn't, even when he was on the phone, I was staying with him and he was on the phone talking to somebody, and they were saying, "Oh, what are you doing?" And because by his answer, I go, "Oh, nothing, I'm just hanging out with," and then he said his dog's name. He didn't say me. So
Right.
it was
Right.
really like
That's
weird.
a clear signal.
It's a clear signal that you're not, he doesn't want people to even know he's dating you for some
Right.
reason. All right. And, okay, this one really gets me. Mr. Small Loan.
You like that?
Or Mr. I forgot my wallet, because that guy did
yeah.
that to me too. We'd go out to eat and then he forgot his wallet and then I'd
Oh.
pay. Then later he'd say, "Do you want me to pay you back?" And then what? You're going to be a schmuck and say yes, so I just would say no, but seething inside, anyway.
Yeah.
So Mr. Small Loan.
Yeah, Mr. Small Loan that's really his whole objective, is to just get some money out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And, once again, back to compassion, women understand that people have problems sometimes and we want to be nice, we want to be helpful, and we think by doing this kind of supportive thing of loaning money, we're really cementing our relationship, and all you're doing is emptying your bank account. So yeah, no small loans, no.
Or big loans. And then and then there's a lot of women who get scammed on the internet too. I've known some wonderful women who the guy says, "Oh, puts a fake photo up and then is in another country and says, "I'm in the hospital. I'm going to fly immediately to you as soon as can you pay me the bill? I'll pay you back." So no, don't transfer any money to a guy. Don't lend money to a guy. If a guy does not have the wherewithal or brain to have saved money or to get some, you are not responsible to give it to him.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're married and something happens, that's different, but not when you just meet someone.
Yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, there's a lot of scamming going on now with men saying they're in the military. Well, I can't really talk to you from here, and I can't see you for a while because we're stationed and we can't, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, when it's like that and it's secretive, they're not Skyping with you either. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And what are they doing if they're in the military? They have a mission. What are they doing trying to talk to women on the internet?
Yeah.
We want them focused. Anyway, if that's really true, right?
Exactly. I've seen a lot of that going on lately with my clients, and I go scam, scam, scam. So they're really pretty easy to spot. All these things are pretty easy to spot once you know what to look for.
Once you know what to look for, and once you work, I'm always telling women to work on their self-esteem, their self-love, because we get tripped up in all these scams or guys that are giving us crumbs or whatever when we don't value ourselves and we think, oh, maybe he's so cute, maybe I won't meet anybody as good as him, or, we've got to learn to enjoy our life alone without a guy and love everything we do, love our work, our family, our pets, our hobbies, and then you're going to magnetize the right guy with the higher vibration to you. So self-love is just, I think, the ultimate foundation.
I could not agree more. Valuing yourself is so important because a woman who values herself would never accept crumbs. She'd walk away and she'd know, hey, there are better men out there than this guy. I got to go look.
Yeah, and I used to accept crumbs. I mean, I was like a little mouse just picking up those crumbs, for years. And I thought I had pretty good self-esteem, but obviously I didn't, and I had a lot of work to do. And it took me years. I was such a late bloomer, and I learned from it, but gosh, I wish I would have, hindsight, it's like, geez, if I know what I do now, how I feel about myself now back then, I would have really had a different experience. But
very true. But you know what? That's what made you who you are, and it gave you the ability to share. And me too. That's why I share these things, because I learned them all the hard way.
Yeah.
And, and that's why we're here, because we want to share and help people make it easier for them. So we're telling you how to spot these guys that are not relationship material,
Right.
so you don't waste time on them.
Yes, yes. And there's always another guy around the corner. So for women who are like, oh, I won't meet another one. I can't break up with this guy. What if you don't need a guy, but if you really love being in a relationship, love being with a guy, there's a million of them. They're coming. The next one's coming.
The next one's coming. I love that.
Yes, the next one's coming. Well, Ronnie, thank you for stopping by and chatting about these types of guys that we need to look out for. And everybody, I'm going to, put her link to her book and all her info below in the box, and let us know in the comments what kind of guys you fall for. Which ones do you settle for crumbs, and which, if you got scammed, what's going on? Love to hear from you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much.